Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Today, we're diving deep into the Onyx Coin project, especially as XCN gears up for what looks like its next big leg up. There's a lot happening here, and honestly, not enough people are talking about the deeper reasons behind the price movement.
Absolutely. You've seen the crazy ups and downs with Onyx Coin, right? It had that big spike, then it kind of trended down slowly before picking up again. It's a bit of a roller coaster, but I think a lot of people don't really understand what's driving these moves.
That's true. And what's interesting is, a lot of investors, including myself, are extremely bullish on XCN right now. I actually sold half of my XRP position and put around 75% of that money into Onyx. Not one regret so far. I haven't sold a single bit of my XCN since I bought in at around 0.08009.
Wow, that's a bold move. But what do you think is behind the slow and steady rise of Onyx Coin? I know you've mentioned the team behind the project before. How are they navigating the current regulatory climate?
Yeah, that's a great question. One of the biggest factors here is the team behind Onyx Coin. I've been tracking them for a while, and they've been incredibly quiet, especially after the SEC started cracking down on DeFi protocols. I truly believe there's more going on behind the scenes, especially with the private investors who bought the project back from Interstellar. If the identities of these investors are revealed soon, it could give a lot more confidence to the market.
Interesting. It's like the quiet before the storm, right? And you've mentioned the involvement of big names in the space. Could these connections help Onyx Coin?
Absolutely. If it turns out that the investors behind the project are the ones I suspect, then it's a game changer. I've done the research, and there are a couple of names that would really elevate the project's credibility if it's all confirmed. Imagine when that information hits the market. It could push XCN's value up significantly.
That would be huge. I can already feel the buzz building around this coin. But you also brought up an important point about investor mentality, especially when it comes to buying low and dollar cost averaging.
Yeah, that's a key strategy for anyone looking to hold long term. You don't want to just hold on when the market drops. You need to adjust, buy more, and lower your average cost. I did that with XCN, buying more at lower prices, and now I'm positioned well. It's the same thing I always tell my students. If you believe in the fundamentals, don't panic when the price dips. Just buy more if you can.
That's such a solid mindset, but not everyone is ready to take that leap, right? Especially with all the volatility in the market. How do you manage the fear and greed that come with these market fluctuations?
Honestly, it's all about conviction. When you believe in the fundamentals of a project, fear doesn't control your actions. Yeah, the market's crazy. Some people even sell when they're up 10% or 20%, but the real gains come from holding through the volatility. Take Onyx Coin, for example. The team is working on something revolutionary in decentralized lending, and if they can pull it off, they're going to disrupt a major part of the financial system. The banks are scared of that.
Right. If Onyx Coin really succeeds, it's a game changer for peer-to-peer lending. The way the banks currently control everything, you can see why they'd be shaking in their boots.
Exactly. And it's not just Onyx Coin. A lot of these DeFi projects are threatening the old financial system. That's why there's been so much pushback from the government, right? They're trying to stifle innovation because they don't want to lose control.
It's crazy when you think about it. So, looking forward, what's your prediction for Onyx Coin? What do you see in the next couple of weeks?
Well, based on the price action, I think we're going to see another breakout soon. We've had some consolidation, but once it clears that next resistance level, I wouldn't be surprised if it jumps up to 4.4 cents, maybe even higher. This isn't financial advice, but if you've got conviction in XCN, it could be a nice entry point for the next phase.
So, you're sticking with it for the long haul?
Absolutely. I'm holding for higher prices, and I believe the news that's going to come out in the next 8 weeks could be the catalyst for that. It's a waiting game, but I'm excited for what's to come. If you're invested, just stay patient and don't let the dip scare you off.
I love that. It really is all about patience and knowing when to act based on the fundamentals. Let's wrap this up with a question for the listeners. If you bought Onyx Coin at a higher price, but still believe in the project, would you buy more to lower your average cost?
Good question. Drop a comment below if you're still holding strong despite the dips. And remember, this isn't financial advice, just our personal take on things. But the most important thing is staying informed, staying patient, and having confidence in the long-term potential of the projects you're invested in.
Absolutely. And for everyone who's still on the fence about Onyx Coin, keep an eye on the news. Things are about to get really interesting in the next few weeks.